Hello and welcome. Hello, everybody. I hope that those of you in Ireland and England are having a good bank holiday, and everywhere else as well that you're enjoying the start of May. How wonderful. I have felt the energies getting a lot lighter just in May. I'm not sure how everybody else is feeling. I definitely felt a little more breathing space. Hello, Kim. How are you, my love? And I said I would pop on and do a little card reading, bring through any energy, healing, light language transmission that wants to come through, and share as well some of the offers because I've had some questions in my inbox. My level 2 light language is starting next week, and that right now is geared towards those that have covered the level 1 already with me because there's a follow through, like it's a follow on. So I am looking forward to us starting. I can't wait, to be honest. And level 1, those of you who are asking about my level 1 light language, it's starting in June. It's starting in June. But the early bird tickets are now, registration is now, I have the link in the comment section actually. Because the spaces are going to be limited with that as well. We will be learning all of the things. Speaking, singing, toning, signing, dancing, all of the beautiful stuff, writing, drawing, whatever way that light language comes through, we will be playing in it and activating it and letting it flow, allowing the creative juices to come through in whatever way they want. This will, of course, help you connect even more to yourself and your own soul nature. And everybody has the ability, by the way. It is merely one form of energy in the way that it comes through. So it could come through you in signing or in singing or in drawing, who knows? But it can be there to be activated. And of course, we're going to go through all of them. So I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. If you want to know more, you can click on the link up above there and that'll bring you through to the page to tell you what's going to be in it. Hello, Diane. Hello, Lynette. Hello, Kim. If, of course, you know somebody that would be interested in activating and learning their light language, pop them below here and they can have a look-y and see if it's resonating for them. I'm going to do a little card read. I'm going to take a breath and invite us all to breathe as well as more come on the live. Give yourself a nice stretch. I was on a call before this, so I feel like I need to move a little as well. I got in for a swim today though, and I feel just refreshed because the weather wasn't great here for a while, so I wasn't in. And it made such a difference just to decharge in the water, and oh, it's beautiful. So as you're breathing, I'm having some ringing in my ears and I'm yawning, so I'm already letting out some of that energy. Just let your body relax to receive, just to be in receiving, to receive exactly what it is that you need. Whatever it is that we're co-creating here together this evening in May, this first week of May. And I have to say, oh, it was so nice. I'm really enjoying May. April. April, I'll say thank you. Thank you for the changes, even though they were challenging. It was most definitely a challenging month for me and most people I've talked to. Rana sokoyi triala ambara akte. So the word new birth, May, fertility. My mom was on the phone to me. All the ponies are having their foals right now, and I'm getting all these pictures of little animals springing forth, and it really does bring that lightness into the heart when we see it. So I'm invoking that in now, a lightness of heart with this new birth, new life, pure soul life coming through, and that we're all that too. So anywhere we're jaded or in apathy or feeling a little exhausted from everything right now, or even in grief or frustration. I'm inviting that to be released for the highest good right now. Anywhere there's despair and depression, release, revoke, rescind, delete across all of the timelines, past, present, and future now, please. Setting the intention for the highest good of all. Sura kasana tutrukilea sunto koi jia sukunarati. Melchizedek, I can feel that energy here, so welcoming that in, and the Merlin energy is coming in as well. Rana tukuya suturukutum the itivlak shaitri oroke ra surtu tu 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 turutum dana e rana suteya tria soyeki. We have a unicorn coming through, and the unicorn is showing me itself with actual stones embedded, almost as if it's wearing chakra stones. Like I'm seeing ruby and blue sapphire and a diamond. It's a really strange. I've never seen that before. Running along its body, like up and along. So that's a first. But thank you, unicorn, for coming through. Kia katana mo shokuya kilia katara suntuna maiti. Ra'a soye kia shwara sundrama ai kiria. We invite in any message that wants to come through for the highest good as well. Thank you. Big breath in again. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pull a card. Riya Shawaiki. Diane, you're dreaming about me. I love it. You'll tell me about it on Wednesday. Okay. Dreams. I think I mentioned this on my last live. Mine have quietened down a little, but they're still like there. The dreams that in April were cracked. Absolutely cracked. Madness. Weird dreams I was having. So I'm not sure if my one was weird with you, but I do know I was having a lot of conversations in my dreams with people. Like it was intense conversations, not like light, frilly ones, like intense conversations that I was remembering what I was saying. So yeah, it felt very real. Christine, hello. Yes, I will pull a card. I'm going to intuitively do this now as well, folks, because sometimes my reads become a little more in depth. They become soul readings. So whatever is said, realize that even in my intention when I was setting it here, this is a message for all of us, whatever comes through. And just to trust that you will take in, like you're at a banquet hall and you're just taking exactly what you need, nom 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 nom, and letting it come down into you, into the body, absorbed into the body, whatever way it is that you need it. Hello, Anne-Marie, I love you. And Renee, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, sweetheart? Okay, so I'm going to just pull here from the top. I'll be scrolling because my computer doesn't come it up real time. Claire, you did my meditation this morning. Which one was that? I'm not sure which one because I'd say I have 15 meditations up on my YouTube right now. I haven't counted them. And I have another one coming. I have 2 more coming that I haven't sat down to do, but I need to before Wednesday this week. So yeah, let me know which one it was. I hope it was good. Christine, you're the kind of first popping out at me, and it is the dragon deck that's coming through. That's a dragon. Use this, please. This is a dragon associated with your ancestral lineage coming through. Wow, it's telling me it follows the bloodlines. I've never first for this for me, Christine. Thank you. Feel if that feels true for you. I've never been told that before. I've never realized that you could have. I suppose you could ancestral dragons because I've only ever had our personal ones. That is a dragon through the bloodline that was invoked many generations back. Protector of the family line. And it said to me, I'm taking a breath in because I can feel the emotion in this one. It's looking for remembrance. because it wishes to consciously now start to work with you in that family. Ancestral work must be wanting to happen there. Is this true? Of course it is. And more, it says, and more. So it's going to do a little clearing because I can already feel my heart space, sacral, throat already going. But I haven't looked at the card I pulled. So the card I pulled, and this is how I would have perceived it. Funny enough, the card I pulled, it looks like a midnight blue. I think there's other colours in the dragon, but in my eyes, that's what came through, the ancestral one. And didn't I pull a midnight blue dragon? Okay, look at that. So this is the deep blue dragon, keeps you safe for safety, protection, clearing your pathway. This is around trusting, Christine, that you are completely protected and you're walking on a, look at my throat's going, walking on a path of light. So this dragon's going to bring in a transmission for all of us because it's working on me already. Whoa, so powerful. Thank you. So that was to clear me before I bring. So this dragon really wants to almost wrap itself around you, Christine. Anybody that would like to receive this protection dragon and this clearing that needs and wants to happen, this releasing. And you might sense it as you breathe and close your eyes. Almost like you're being lulled and, encased in a blanket, something nice. So receive. Bara doom, 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 ray briakataiti malato to waiti, doom, 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 ray brikalactoro country peti. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Oi, ashwakai. Romniki di washawakai. So starting off for me like drums. This was like drums. I was hearing drums and drumana. That's what they had me something similar saying. Sacral to create a safe sense in the body, to invite you back home fully, all aspects of you, all soul aspects of you in the ancestral lineage and any karmic lineage as well. Yakani, and any energies that are dispersed right now. If there's ever been any overwhelm or grief or frustration, all of that, like let's bring all the energy back in. Oh yeah, what's that? Transfer energy, right? It's like, when you walk into a room and you hear a big room filled with people and you're brushing by people, it's like that energy transfer, and that's what I feel like he's saying, like you brush that off. So other people's energy, in other words, and projections. Ura savasi kichi washo troso totomaiti kalaksaitri umdana nakotoi shiwa asara irela saiti hamashui triasuru ko namasayi konokutoki kraklak rekyu. Yeah, why? Wow, Christy, thank you so much. Surya Asava. I wonder if you already connected with this dragon. or been aware of it there, because I know like you and I, we work together, so I can't remember though if you've told me that or not. So that was my throat, that was a throat clearing. And also thoughts, and for me there's like this mirror aspect effect. I feel like you're clearing it already, even before this dragon came through, by the way. Like, I feel like you're doing a lot of your aware. But this is that thing of like projection and then a mirror and it's bouncing back, up here. And I wonder, is that other people's thoughts, projections? And I'm being shown even in, they're showing me scrolling on Facebook, and that we're reading comments, and that in itself is like, a thought projection coming at us if there's any resonance or vibration. Or charged energy with it. And I'm getting told exactly that. Thank you. I'm aware, I'm sensitive to that right now. Now my womb is going, so there's a lot of sacral movement here. Sror, sfrari, kusoro, toitri. And with that feeling of the ancestral womb, of course, the mother of the mother of the mother that we come from, and we're always, we're carrying forward the generational stuff. This is what I'm feeling here now, is the generational stuff coming in. And that can play out sometimes in stories in this lifetime through our relationships, but also we can be carrying it quite silently. And when I say silent, it can often show up as, a doubt around the self, around something like self-doubt, or feeling not good enough. But in fact, that was really brought through a lot of that DNA. I have a little bit of a sharp pain coming through here in the neck and the left shoulder. I wonder, is that the burdens of the women in the family? It's more like a pinch, actually, rather than, let's say, a heavy. For me, this is how I'm getting it, that pinched. So I invite a balance, whatever that needs to be there. You may or may not resonate with that. Again, that's how it's presented. Thank you. Now that's complete. Whew. Wow, what a burst of energy to open this up. Thank you, Christine. Ramana Sivahiti. Wow, that was awesome. Let me know how that felt for you. I feel so much clearer after that. Your dragon's amazing. I want to thank the ancestors as well, because they came in with that dragon. I could see the many, many times that's been there. Generations, I should say, not times. Whew. Okay, let me see. Diane, you would love a card too. Again, I will show you, that's that card. I mean, you can see it literally burning away the crap. And this will be chords, contracts, vows, and oaths. That's what we put into this at the start when we opened it up as well. So I am, one last thing, scarcity consciousness is being told as well. So the root and the sacral, this is also that releasing of the scarcity consciousness in the ancestral. So you may be doing work on that, but that's, he's just saying, say that again, say that again. Thank you. Oh. Okay. I was just going, what card deck do I pick? I picked up one, I got told to put it back down, so I'm picking up another one. Diane, for you. I don't really use this card deck much anymore, but this is the card. Oh, these are the cards. By the way, that was Diane Cooper Dragon deck, just in case anybody was wondering. And the next one I'm pulling up here are the Ascendant Master deck. And the card that got pulled for you, Diane, is Majushri. Majushri. And this is very much, I feel like, again, and I'm doing a lot of this myself, the cutting through of the illusion. So this card is, the message is listen. Sorry, let me get my hand in to show that. But it's very much the symbol, like Archangel Michael, the sword, Majushri having the sword to cut through. And I'm just getting a lot of the word Maya, illusion, illusions of others around us, our own illusions, whether they're known or unknown, like the subconscious stuff. I know recently, good old ego of me, I've got to do a lot of ego balancing work. I'm saying stuff sometimes and I'm like, part of me is almost an observer now in a conscious way going, that's your ego talking there now, love. Can you recognize that? But it's out of my mouth before I can stop it, right? So there's this fine tuning that we're really going through. And this is like for me, it's bringing in massive awareness around my identity attachments. And on the other side of it, the other scale is the detachment, right? So this feels very pertinent right now as a message for the group. There's a massive amount, especially those of you that are going to be working with people in any capacity, right? So you could be in nursing homes, hospitals, you could be in receptions, you could be working in, industries where you're interfacing with a lot of people right now, or children in schools, or you're a coach, healer, any of that kind of stuff, facilitator. Because of the collective projectioning Maya right now, all aspects of it, from all sides, there's nobody outside of this really, unless you're already an ascended master or you're a master up in the Himalayas. We're all in it somewhere, and obviously we're finding our way along it. April for me was a huge amount of us moving through this. There could be like remnants or a deeper layer coming up in May. I wonder, because we're pulling this card. And as I said that, I got a sharp pain here in my third eye. So I wonder, is there more for us to see, right? To perceive, and this is perception, because everything is perception. Like, that's how the reality is created around us. One person has one perception about something being true, and that's their truth. And even though that's not, let's say, my truth, let's say talking about me, I'll be like, oh, that's the opposite of my truth. But also holding compassion and allowance for that person in their truth in that time, because truth changes as we move, shift, and grow. When we make that choice, by the way. And the other side is, well, my truth may shift and change as well. I believe it to be true now, but am I attached to it? Like tightly gripping it? Because that's my sword. That's my sword, like that my truth is my sword. When actually the truth perhaps can be what's the words I'm looking for? What if the truth was the channel through you and not the sword at all? That's what there's a different perspective. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying, and it's an image I'm getting shown. So the truth is no longer the sword. There's no the fight. That's what it is. It's like this. We think picking up swords is a fight. This is a collective message, by the way. But Diane, I know you're cool to have brought this through. Thank you. It's more that we're the channel of truth, because truth is ever evolving. There is only one truth, but that's the soul discovery there. We're on the soul journey towards that one truth every minute of every day. And this is the fine tuning of the physical body that's happening, the mental body, releasing the old programs and rewiring systems, the emotional body, any pains and hurts and sufferings we've had, the spiritual body, the awakening aspect, the expansion that our soul wants to experience in the here and now, in this timeline. I hope this doesn't sound too convoluted, but that's my best way to kind of right now explain what I'm feeling is coming through this, because this feels quite profound. It's definitely a learning card for me. Okay, like there's more learning for me when I pick up this card. I can feel it. Kiara katonu mashai ti wa asha kwai hil a ra'an tukwe. So I'm going to see, is there any light language, either an activation or a decharging or a release that wants to come through. Again, my throat with this. Kaya wa shai rana sukia. So now I'm just going to, with the fear around expression and truth and creative energy, and the fear of being safe in the physical body expressing truth. Now, the impression I'm getting here, and I'm literally, it's almost like shadows behind me as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing shadows, and the shadows are like all of the lives where I try to be in my truth and express my truth, and I got outcasted, thrown out, imprisoned, burned, drowned in a well, all of the ways that you could possibly think. It's like there's shadows there, right? This is now, I'm just talking about me, but I wonder, is that the impression I'm getting from many of you watching as well? I'm going to just say as well, so where I'm living right now, there's a border between countries, and we were going to, I'm getting into a story, but this is part of a link into this. We were going to check the border to see what kind of controls were in place, to see would we be able to travel a little. I'm in Europe. I'm in the European continent right now, because I'm aware that some new control measures have come in. But I just was like, let's just see, take a looky, see. We're only an hour from the border here, so we drove up, and I had a little scan down the road. Himself was driving, and I could see a checkpoint, and it was funny because the impression was, those Chinese cats that have the arms that go up and down. That's what it was, and it was very much almost like a sci-fi version of a police checkpoint. And we came upon it, and it was a freaking sci-fi version of a police checkpoint. Oh my god, you couldn't see people. It was, every part of them was covered. You couldn't, there was like sunglasses on. It was like something out of a movie. And I'm like going, what the frick? And I had been meditating, and we were going to get by no problem just to test this. And sure enough, others were stopped. We went by, but my reaction was what interested me. And this is what I'm getting to here. The reaction I had was not what I expected, because I was very peaceful, non-anxious beforehand. The minute I saw that expression of that person in that way, like I couldn't see a person, it was completely weird. My whole stomach flipped in fear, and it was really weird. It's like, we aren't doing anything wrong anyway, so why did I have that reaction? And it was this massive sense of past life trauma, essentially, where that did happen, and I was working through it in that moment, essentially. So how can I be in my truth if I have this unrecognized fear of something I didn't even know? Okay, that's what I want to say. There's a lot of the unknown stuff coming up right now, and we're coming across it now. It's becoming known in split seconds, and noticing the charge within us, either a mental thought form of projection or judgment, fear, or within the physical body soma system of the emotional response, a constriction, a tightening, a lock, a shock, a flip, and a purge even. So this can get it was very fast. It was within like 30 seconds and gone, but it was there. And it was loud enough, like so visceral, that I really felt it, that I gave it attention to go, what the hell is that? That's weird. So this is a little bit around that too. The listening to ourselves to cut through our own Maya. That was a feeling in my physical body brought back from other timelines where I had experienced that, something like that. And it was like I was re-remembering as I saw that person. It was the weirdest thing ever. So I suppose you could say it was a karmic trauma come through, as in you could be experiencing your life traumas here now, but it's for us to work through them right now and listening, not just ignoring. If I just ignored it, I wouldn't have moved it through it as quickly, let's say. Or when I come across that situation again, I'm hopeful now I haven't, that I will not experience that same physical or emotional or mental reaction. And this is maybe what's happening in the whole Maya world right now. We're getting perhaps micro-triggered or bombarded with the information, the projections, the judgments, and that's dense. So cutting through that without this sort of fight, but being the channel of the truth that we are. That's this message, I feel. So I hope I explained that a little bit clearer. Dror, dror. Indanakur sama 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 si sama 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 si romna efiri akai rom nana aye ehishiwa kakayiki. So that was a Buddhist deity of wisdom. He holds a sword to cut through illusions and bring about clarity and understanding. We call him Majushri to help with understanding the divine messages and to increase the receptivity to divine intelligence and wisdom. That's the energy coming through. Let's call it in. And this is around listening to yourself. Are you asking the questions before you do something and listening? You asking before you connect with this person? Is this in the high school? Like the asking to listen. Siram dana vishukrasa vishukrase vishushuru du mayam su 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 Kia kana toye tia shukuye kia kaka kaya kaniako shua rika roko susuma saiki rama kaiki kanaka toye. I am getting a sense of I'm seeing through the body and into muscular, almost like an energetic overlay on the body, let's say the nervous system, and where energy attachments go. And the cutting through of that. So thank you. Kia kanea kai shiwa karki rotototo ramdani iti. There's a lot of element work in this. And I feel like it's like the sky air element. Shura iru roremdi. And the sky has that limitlessness, infinity with it. Surai, gateway to the heavens. Shivasema kiakara. Ramnaseya, 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 Trusukoye. Take a breath in, sit back, receive whatever you're receiving. I need to tap my sacral. If you have any constriction here, bring your hand to it and rub it, allow it to release. So there was a reconfiguration of the chakra systems. Kia kanato tiwa shawa kia tra, an expansion. Kia mata iti. Thank you. Thank you, Diane, for bringing that through. I'm getting a hot flush down my back. Whew. Okay, let me see. What else is on? Hi, Eve. I didn't know you were here. You felt low for 4 days, physical, unconscious. Yeah. So true. Sadie, great awareness to act on so quickly. Yeah. I got burned, you see, when I didn't. I in the last video, if you remember, I don't know if you watched the last one actually, but one of them that I did in April, I was having, if I wasn't dealing with something, in 3 days I was having a physical manifestation or sooner, and I was getting a bit slapped. So I'm like, you cannot be out of integrity right now. It's going to come back to you faster than ever and probably stronger. And I suppose probably because I've made intentions to be in integrity that, I don't know, was that part of why it comes back faster, or it's just a soul thing right now? Like I didn't recognize something and I had a physical pulled all the ligaments in one of my ankles, a fall. I knew the minute it happened, I knew I was getting told everything. I was very aware because I knew I was avoiding something. Like it wasn't an unknown. This was a known thing. I was on purpose going, oh, I'll deal with it tomorrow. And tomorrow was 3 days later and it was like, it hit me. Of course, like once I recognized it and I had a lot of energy healing from myself, my hubby, and I worked with somebody else, I did have the miracle healing. Like I'm perfect now. There's nothing wrong with the ankle. Like the ligaments heal. Like you could hear them clicking, clacking. It was crazy. So that type of healing power is available as well. Absolutely available. But also it's like the Kali thing, destruction and creation, birth. You know, this like, whoa, it's a bit mad right now. So Sadie, it's so true because I got burned. I need to listen. Oh my God, I don't want to do that again. Kira, you're drinking ceremonial cacao. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the dragon just opened and cleared your heart so much space. I love that. That dragon had the pink in it as well, like massive heart stuff. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Thomasina, you'd like a card. I'm being pulled towards you. Again, I said the card's going to be a bit intuitive. I won't be able to get to everybody. But this is a collective messaging. I'm going to check my time because I don't, this will be the last one I would say. Ramdana kuyi shibara katai sima. Ramdana ye. So crown opening here is the message I'm getting through, which is a deeper connection to the divine nature. And any doubts, insecurities or doubts that may be here. If I was to put my hands on it, and this again is going to be a collective, it's not just for Thomasina, wherever any of you might have this. I still have some come up as well. And this can cause that lack of clarity where we're not sure really, do we go left, do we go right, do we see that person, see this person? Oh, interesting. So what deck? This deck. There's a lot of head stuff, Thomasina. So let's bring the energy down because perhaps there's a lot of codes coming through, information to be assimilated. I'm going to invite in a relax of the body, a decharging. I've needed a lot more decharging. Okay, so I've shungite like black stones. I'm making intentions. I'm on the phone doing this, talking to people. Like it's not like I'm doing after the phone call. I'm doing it in the middle of. So anywhere there's that decharging that needs and wants to happen, making an intention to let go of something, whether it's their emotions or yours getting triggered up, find a way for you to do it in the moment. Like this is a way for me to do this right now. Hope he's coming in. So yeah, let's see what the card is. And one more. So I'm getting two cards for you to pull out. Randono soriala iseu, enyara sueu, aeu, ea, raeu, Maekia suai romnai miakindroso laekria sundreo nonoyai o moyai uria rumbrai rumbrari raro rukuru ramdanaro rukuru sotroai radatara katana maroro lelaruam ishwa kutorabaia. Lyrian energy coming through, Lyrian and Lemurian. Dudari suma akai. So that was Lemurian switching into Lyrian, and the expression of that being while in Lemuria. So is this a soul aspect? Yes. Okay, soul aspect coming through. So an aspect of higher self, Thomasina. That was there. Tuto kairia mroko. Hayara iya. Uromalai. Breathe in and just make an intention to be open to receive the energy that is you. I mean, maybe that's what I was feeling over here. Like it's your energy, your star connection, and also earth connection, because Lemuria was on earth, right? That energy and that water energy of emotion as well, that clearing and that nurture of the mother on that lands. And of course, the Lyran or the Lyrian is very much courageous heart, the big, huge heart, always big in the service. Rom dalai esura ye So that toning was an aspect of like a cat purr, resonance, tonings, frequencies. Listening to things could be quite beneficial. If you have an animal, I don't know if you have a cat, putting it on your chest and letting it purr. There's something to do with the vibration and resonance of the sound and vibration at the same time. So that's coming through from that aspect of you as well. Yawaiki, the cards pulled. Ha. Thank you. Look at that. Just what I was talking about. Star ancestors. Okay, so the seeding of Earth as well is with the Lyrans. Of course, the Orion destruction war, and that's what's playing out a lot of right now. So the feeling of like, I'm not home here because home is gone, home's destroyed. I want to go home, but there's no home. There can be often a lot of like feelings of loss in the soul. So sometimes that can happen with the Lyrans, but this star ancestry is here is asking you to remember the hidden secrets, the lost wisdoms, and to look a little deeper. So it feels like this soul aspect of you is really coming through to kind of shake you a little awake and to say, we're here, we are here. And all you need to be is in receiving, breathing, taking a moment of quiet and stillness through breath. Maybe it's singing, chanting, maybe it's meditating, but anywhere there's breath involved, and allowing the body and the mind to get still. And there's a greater receptivity within you for that aspect of you to come through. Keepers of the Earth was the second card, and I think I mentioned something. Lemuria, the Earth, the star and the Earth. So Keepers of the Earth here, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So I have a feeling you have two elements coming through right now. The Lemurian knowledge, and you have your star knowledge as well coming through. And when I say knowledge, I also mean like energy, healing. Master healers, Lemurians, like big healers. Again, lots of stuff with the sound vibrations. I feel like I need to share this with you. So I had a memory come up of Lemuria, and it was a bit confusing, and it was around a traumatic birth that happened there, and I was being born. and something was off. And I got healed. I died, but I was brought back because they were master healers. But something not quite connected properly within the nervous system of me. I always talk about nervous system a lot because I know it's a major soul thing for me here. And I wasn't quite 100% in my body. I chose not to be because it felt good to have that outedness. Now it's also this lifetime, but that lifetime was I could really see it. And they were putting me in these pods that were like chambers with water and the dark. I think I don't know, sensory deprivation pods. I think you have the equivalent of them now. But that was what I was in. And I was like 12, 13, been put in these things to help me become more in my body and more still and not always racing. Because that's what I would do. I was very flighty in that lifetime as that kid because of this disconnection. But also the choice part of it too. I had a choice. So I had the learning that I needed. I didn't know this. It wasn't unknown to me. Okay. But part of my learning in that soul life was to learn to come back into the body. As it is in this one, to be honest. Come on, geez, how many lifetimes do I go around this? So that was one aspect. It was like to get my mind quiet. And I feel this is part of that message that wants to come through. What would help you get that mind quiet, still? Noticing what the thoughts are without getting attached to them. Letting the feelings flow through and out into the water. Water was a big thing here. Like the emotion would go into the water. I feel safe in the water. And another thing is like I reconnected finally in the water under initiation. So I'm going to invite baths, waters, dark, quiet might be helpful, soft music. Find something for you that helps you reconnect. There's an element of a calming that wants to happen in the nervous system. You know, and I know what I'm talking about. So that's the message they're bringing through as well, though, is to find ways that will work for you. I'll just put these up. Kia, Kia. I mean, all of your ancestors and all of the ancients are there too. Kana, Kia, Kawashi. The Magdalene energy is big in this as well. Of course, Lu, Almate, divine feminine. Roko shoko to toto kai tria samdana otro. Lala samdana itira kashawatiwa suru ukovana ede. Again, this is a collective message for us all. What am I doing? There's a thing happening in the third eye. So this is a clearing. Sorry, it's going to look weird, but this is what is coming up. Troko torma shwai shvirya pualia trasam danutukoi dan da dan du dik mahlashi rakasam do totoedi. How amazing though, that open channel is opening so big, that crown channel for you, so big. Third eye, iakakai. And this is maybe one of the things to know, that sometimes change can be very uncomfortable. Change can happen with ease and grace. Sometimes change can be challenging. And sometimes it shows up just like, you know, I'm experiencing that like pressure here. That's a sign that there's a shift happening, right? Or when I feel I have to rub the belly because the sacral is so activated, that's a sign there's a shift and a release happening. It's uncomfortable, but it means there's change happening as well. So focus on the positives of that as we're moving through such difficult times right now, maybe physically, mentally, emotionally. Stuff's coming up. And if we look at it with a different perspective, just like one of those cards was showing around that, the Majushri card, we realize it's happening for us and there's the positive in it. It means growth and shift and change. So I'm going to leave you all with that. Hope that you enjoyed it. Jean, I just seen you there. That Lemurian, that is these ones here. Work Your Light Guide by Rebecca Campbell. And the other one is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell as well. So they're the cards used today. Thank you, Thomasina, for that as well. So I can feel a clearing and again, reminding me always to come in home. So with that, we'll close this vortex down. I'm going to invite everybody, if you're able, start breathing in, rubbing the hands together. Bring the hands up, over, and receive your touch. Soften. sigh. Oh. Hands over the third eye. Deactivate, restore. And with loving grace, appreciation of the physical that we're in, finding the blessings in the moments, even though they can be painful or difficult. What is the soul learnings that we're receiving, the soul awarenesses? Just inviting that in as we're rubbing the heart chakra down the belly and the hips down the legs and saying, I'm home, I'm safe. I am an open channel for truth and love. And so it is, and so it is. Aho, gya, troson lamaiti. Thank you, each and every one of you, that allowed me to experience your essences and have a healing through you. Thank you. Thank you to all the beings that were present. Ahayeki kana tortoro ehilia kasana, to Merlin McKenzie, which I felt were holding space left and right. Yaka etro sondo, and all the dragons and the beings that came through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I leave you with that, sure. Any questions on the light language course coming up, let me know. Click on the link above and you will get some information for the level 1. The level 2, ladies, I have that information in a group. So I'm looking forward to starting next week. I can't wait. Love you all so much. Bye bye.